We got a new movie haul for the month of January. All my pickups are right here on my right side. And this month was a little random. We have some VHS pickups. We also have a DVD. We have some Blu-rays, some 4Ks, Steelbooks, and I believe some collector's editions as well. So let's just go right through it and see what we picked up. The first one is Jackie Brown on 4K, Blu-ray, and digital. And I got to be honest, this was a blind buy. This is the only Quentin Tarantino movie that I have not seen. I am excited to check this out. This movie came out in 1997, so I think it's safe to say that this is long overdue. From Scream Factory, we picked up the collector's edition of Ghosts of Mars. This is the 4K and Blu-ray. I got this along with the dual slipcover and the two posters. So the first poster is the same image that you're seeing here on this slipcover. And then the second poster is this slipcover that you're seeing right here, which is pretty cool. I actually really like the back of this one more than I do the front. Normally, I'm a big fan of the artwork in the front, but this one, I don't know. It's okay. It's not my favorite that they've released. It looks a little cartoonish, if I'm being honest. But then again, the movie is kind of silly. So it's a good movie, but still kind of silly. All right, so the next pickup we got is the In Search of Darkness documentary. This is the 1990 to 1994, a journey into iconic 90s horror. If you guys are fans of horror and you haven't checked out In Search of Darkness, please, whatever you do, try to get your hands on one of these. If you're a fan of the 80s horror, they have done 1980s. They have 3 different volumes that basically cover all of the 80s iconic horror films. And there's just so many in-depth interviews and just a bunch of goodies that you get with this. For this particular release, you get 2 posters as well. One of the posters is the one that you are seeing here. So this exact cover is one of the posters. And then the second poster looks like this, which is just gorgeous. Love this cover. The kid sitting in front of the TV. It's a great release. This one alone is 6 hours long. I am about 2.5 hours in. I usually got to break it up into 3 different sittings just because, I have kids, I have work, and I got to get some sleep at some point in time. So I try to stay up, but then there's moments where I'm just too tired. Anyways, next one is The Cell. This is the Arrow release. This is the 4K. And I believe that this has an error on the disc from what I've been reading, where there's scenes that are duplicated and maybe there's some audio missing or something like that, or audio is duplicated. I can't remember. It's a shame that that's the case. I have yet to open this, so I do need to check that out. But that is the Cell in 4K. My next pickup is Smile 2. This is the 4K Steelbook. And this is a beautiful Steelbook. I mean, it's stunning artwork. So simple, so clean. I love the back too. I'll show you this. Here you go. Yeah, love that. Love the blood stains on it. Very clean, very simple design. Like I said, this is the 4K and Blu-ray. And then you have the smiley face. I'll show you the inside. Let me just take the discs out here. But sorry, I was trying to get it without a glare. It took me a second, but that's what the inside looks like without the discs. Very simple, clean design, and a creepy movie. Very creepy. Was not expecting it to be as good as it was, to be honest. All right, the next pickup I got is Feed. This is from Unearthed Films. If you haven't seen this movie, I recommend you watch it. However, it's not for everyone. Unearthed Films, if you know anything about them, you know that they tend to release some more taboo films that push the envelope a bit. And this is one of those. Watch it. Just maybe don't eat while watching it. Okay, this next pickup, I had to decide which one I wanted to get because they released a DigiPack, which is this one that you're seeing here, or the Steelbook. I really was not sold on the artwork for the Steelbook, so I went for the DigiPack, and I'm glad I did. The finish on this, the matte finish, and just very clean, very simple. I already own the Digibook for $7, but it's obviously not the 4K, and this is what it looks like without the slipcover on there. Let me show you the back there. And I don't know, I just feel like this release is a lot nicer than the Steelbook itself. Look at that. It's so cool. There's that. Hold on. Let me remove that. Sorry, guys. So yeah, look at that. I mean, that's gorgeous. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I'm glad I went with this one. Let me show you the back all laid out. But yeah, I just think it's a clean, very simple, elegant design. And it's magnetized too right here in the middle. Just clicks, closes very nice. Simple little things like that always get me excited. All right, we also did a double dip on Smile 2. This is the regular release here with this beautiful slipcover. I couldn't pass up on this slipcover. I really like this movie. And like I said, this is just one of those films that was very surprising to me. And I love this cover. I love the artwork on this. So I just had to pick it up. I had to do a double dip on it because why not? So if anybody hasn't seen it and they would like the digital download, I'll be happy to give it away. Just comment what your favorite horror movie is in the last 5 years. And I'll just pick a random comment, tag you on a short, and I'll post it. And yeah, if you want that digital download, just like I said, comment your favorite horror movie. The next pickup is Joker, Folie Deux. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If not, oops. I was very surprised as to how much I liked this. This was a movie that I skipped in theaters, had really no desire to see. It wasn't because I heard it was a musical. It wasn't because of Lady Gaga or anything like that. I just didn't really have any excitement for a sequel, if I'm being honest. And it was streaming on HBO, maybe I want to say. And I saw it and I loved it. I really, really loved it. And I especially liked the ending, which a lot of people hated. So I'm weird like that. But as soon as I finished it, I was like, yeah, I need to pick that one up. So it's here and I'm glad it's in my collection now. All right. So I normally don't do upgrades to 4K unless I think it's absolutely necessary. And this is a release that I felt like I needed to upgrade just because of how beautiful this Steelbook is. It's the film Snowpiercer. If you have not seen this, you're missing out. It's a great movie. Great movie. But this Steelbook is gorgeous. I'll show you in a second when I take this slipcover off. Chris Evans stars in it. There's a lot of other great actors in it. But yeah, it's a fantastic film. I own the original release that came out many years ago when this film first came out. And when I saw this Steelbook, I was like, I must have it. I love the fact that they come with these little slip covers on them. Just keeps them protected. And it saves me from putting it into one of my cases. So I'm good with that. This next pickup is Inglourious Basterds in 4K from Arrow Video. Couldn't pass up on this. I mean, it's such a sexy release. Check out the back here. Again, this is the 4K, includes the Blu-ray and a bunch of extras. And I usually get these for the extras. I mean, the 4K is nice, but the extras for me, I'm a sucker for special features. So the more special features, the better. And if they're brand new special features, I'm there. And if it's a movie I love, 1000% I'm there. This next one is a blind buy. I don't know anything about the plot. I've never seen a trailer on this. I just have seen people's reactions, and some people love it, other people hate it. But everyone's like, you got to watch it. So instead of renting it, I just decided to go ahead and buy it. It's called The Coffee Table. I'm excited to see it. I don't know anything. I didn't even read the back. So I don't know what this movie's about. I'm going in 100% blind, and whether I love it or hate it, we'll find out. But if I love it, it's in the collection. And if I hate it, I'll end up probably doing a giveaway on it. So I decided to do a blind buy for this one. I wasn't sure I was going to get it, but I got suckered in. This cover's too nice. Written and directed by Trey Parker, who you may know from a small little show called South Park. This is Cannibal the Musical. Again, it's a blind buy. I haven't seen it, but if it's anything like his other craziness, I'm all for it. I love Orgasmo, South Park, Team America, World Police, but my favorite is Basketball. And Cannibal the Musical. I'm excited to watch it. I'm a sucker for musicals. This next release right here really pissed me off, not because of the movie, but because Amazon never shipped it out. I've had this pre-ordered since November of last year, and they still hadn't shipped it out as of this morning. I canceled it and I just went to Walmart and they had it. I was lucky enough to pick up the Substance in 4K, and the slipcover is actually in really good shape, which is shocking for a Walmart release, to be honest. Anytime I go to Walmart, it's like World War II. Everything is destroyed. Slipcovers are ripped into pieces, dented beyond belief, and it just really puts me off into wanting to buy them. But this was sitting there in almost pristine condition. I was shocked. And yeah, I just wasn't going to wait anymore. So I canceled the pre-order, went to Walmart, and there it was. Also picked up, decided to, I wasn't going to, but I did. I picked up Kill Bill in 4K with the Blu-ray and digital. I went ahead with these releases rather than the Steelbook. I was not a fan of the Steelbook release. I really did not care for the artwork that they decided to use on that. I think that the artwork on this is better than the Steelbook. And I still prefer the release to the Blu-rays that they did a few years ago. I have the Steelbooks from Canada that they released many years ago, which are gorgeous. And yeah, those I feel like are much better, more in line with the movie than the current ones that they had. But to each their own. If you like that one, great. I did hear that the transfer on these isn't as great, but I have yet to see it myself, so I'll have to be the judge of that one. All right, so the next pickup that I'm going to show you has a story attached to it, so just bear with me 1 second. So I was doing a podcast called Horror Movies and Shit. So during the podcast, there was a discussion that was being had about physical media, and one of the questions that was asked was, is there a movie in your collection that you got rid of that you regret getting rid of? And I mentioned Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, the extended edition. That's the digipack with the 4 discs. And 2 days later, I was at Target with my wife and I noticed there was a Goodwill down the street. Never seen this Goodwill before. I've been living in this area for about 2 years now, and that's the first time I saw it. And I was like, hey, I want to stop there after we finish here. Just stay in the car. I just want to check the movie section real quick because sometimes I like to go thrifting and I like to look for VHS. And wasn't expecting anything. I just walk into a brand new spot and I see this DVD section or this movie wall section. It's one of the saddest looking movie walls ever. There's maybe 20 titles, and I shit you not, right there, 2 days later after being on this podcast, this guy is sitting right there. Now, it's missing the hardcover that it's housed in, but other than that, this thing is in pristine condition. The discs, honestly, I don't think this person watched this movie at all. And I am shocked that this was there. This isn't a standard release that you just randomly find. You know what I mean? Like, this is a collector's edition that, yes, you can still buy online, no problem. But you don't talk about something like this, something so specific as this, and then 2 days later you go to a Goodwill that's 10 minutes from your house and you find that exact release that you talked about regretting getting rid of at some point in life. It's such a creepy coincidence, to be honest, that I just put it out there into the universe and there it is. Now it's back in my possession. I think it was fate's way of saying, hey, stop it. I'm not going to give you a second chance with this movie. So it's staying in my collection forever. That's it. I got another blind buy for my next pickup, and it is the film Heretic. This is the A24 shop exclusive. This is a movie that I wanted to see really, really bad and didn't get a chance to. And when I saw that A24 was doing the exclusive with the 4K, I knew I had to pick it up. I figured it cost me the same to take my wife and I to see it at the movies. So now I'm paying the same to own it. And if I don't like it, again, I just do a giveaway or I sell it and I make some money back. That's how I justify some of these blind buys, by the way. If I'm thinking about a movie that I really, really wanted to see in theaters, but I didn't get a chance to go see it, I'm like, well, that would have been about $27 or $30 for me and my wife to go. And this costs about $24 or sometimes $30 to get. I'm like, it's the same thing as me going to the movies. We watch it here. If I don't like it, I can trade it in for something else with someone, or I can sell it, make some money back. It's a win-win. That's, again, my way of justifying it. This next film is Sick. This was a blast. I was very, very surprised with this movie. I'm not going to lie. I judged the hell out of this movie based off the title, and I was wrong. I'm glad to say that I was wrong because I had a blast with this one. Very, very good time with it. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I'm not sure if it's still streaming, but if it is, it's definitely worth the watch. And if you do like it, Shout Factory is now selling it. So there you go. All right. So this next pickup was a recommendation that was given to me that same day that I was doing the podcast by the host, Joe. He told me I need to check it out. It's called Dean Koontz Intensity. I have not seen this, and I actually bought it while we were live on the podcast. I was like, you know what? If you say it's good, I'll check it out. And if it's not good, I'm just going to send it to him because he doesn't own it. So hopefully I do enjoy this. But if I don't, then Joe's getting an early Christmas gift. Or maybe he just set this whole thing up and he knew I wasn't going to like it, and I bought it for him. And this was his way of getting the movie for free. Damn it. All right, this next pickup is Venom, The Last Dance Steelbook. I love this artwork. I love the artwork more than I love the movie, if I'm being honest. But the movie was entertaining. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the worst. This artwork is fire. I love the fact that there is no text on the front or the back. It's clean. It just wraps around. And again, this artwork was just so nice. A lot nicer than the movie. All right, we're down to the last four, and these are probably the most random things I picked up this month. The first one is this Hard Target on VHS. This is the screener cassette that they would send out to stores before the movie was coming out. So if you were like a Blockbuster or a Hollywood Video or just some other store, you would get this and you could play this on the TV to get people excited to rent this movie. This is dope. I love John Woo. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is one of my favorite movies of John Woo's. and Jean-Claude Van Damme's, and it's just a blast. And to have this on VHS, to have this particular release of it, it's pretty cool. Got this on eBay for like $6, so it's a win. Another random pickup is this Academy screener of Signs. I love M. Night Shyamalan Signs. This is my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I saw this, and yeah, this was another one I had to have in the collection. A random pickup. That same person that had the Hard Target screener had this, and I had to do it. I had to do it for your consideration. Signs. So cool. So cool. All right, these last two are VHS released from KD Video. The first one is Abigail. If you haven't seen this movie is a blast. Vampire movie. It's funny, it's gory, it's action. It's the same people that did Ready or Not. So if you enjoyed Ready or Not, it's very similar in the sense of the style, the pacing, all of that, the humor. But this time it deals with vampires. And one fun little fact, my daughters, both Aria and Akira, were both dressed as Abigail this past Halloween. So we did a vampire theme. My wife and I decided to do the 30 Days of Night vampires, and my daughters dressed up as Abigail. They had their little ballerina outfits, and they had blood all over them. So, and the final pickup is The Substance on VHS. This is a gorgeous release. Again, from KD Video, the same person that did the Abigail one. And this is one of the big box VHS. So a lot bigger than your standard VHS. Opens up like this, which is really cool. Love the way it's housed. I'll just show you for comparison. This is a regular size VHS, and then you can see the size difference there from a regular VHS to the big box ones. I already have a lot of different releases from KD Video, so if you want to see any other releases that she does, I'd be glad to do an entire video just on those. Let me know if you'd want to see that in the comments. But again, The Substance on VHS. Love this movie and needed to have that on VHS. Just fits the whole vibe of that film. Anyways, those are all my pickups for the month of January. Let me know in the comments if there's any of these that you guys picked up yourselves. And if you have any questions on any of these, please feel free to reach out to me. You can comment and I will gladly answer, or you can shoot me a message on any one of my socials. I'll be more than happy to answer anything with any of these. That's it for me, guys. As always, happy hunting, and I will see you on the next one.